A deeper look into the HTC VIVE focusing on the optics by Jalen Beasley and Hank Bolin. When breaking down the HTC VIVE from the outside in, you will notice the outside looks sleek and modern with dimples covering the front and sides of the headset. These dimples are home to IR, which stands for infrared, filters, which filter out all other types of light except the infrared light being emitted by the tracking lighthouses. Beneath the filters are photodiodes. Photodiodes are devices that take light in and convert the energy from the photons, let's call them light particles, into a current. The purpose of all this is so when each photodiode is constantly providing a current to the computer, it is able to measure it and determine where the user is looking and at what angle.
Now going inside the headset, each headset contains two twin screen displays which are 91.8 millimeters diagonally across. It is a pyramid-shaped object with a screen base, and is connected to the lens at the top. This is how we see everything that is going on in VR. However, due to the projection technology on these displays, the fine lines that are used to separate pixels in the displays can become visible at times on the screen. This is called the screen door effect, where it actually feels as if you are looking through a screen door on the other side of the screen. The HTC VIVE has two Fresnel lenses, recognizable by the rings shown here. Focal length of 60.8 to 74 millimeters. They are between 20 and 40 millimeters from their respective screens.
This diagram shows a rough depiction of a cross-section of a special type of lens called the Fresnel lens. A Fresnel lens has the same curvature as a regular lens, but it is segmented, which is why there appears to be rings on the lenses in the HTC VIVE. VR headsets like the HTC VIVE use Fresnel lenses for a number of different reasons. First, the segmented nature of the Fresnel lenses allows more light to be focused on the fovea in the back of our eye, with the small drawback of losing some light due to the trough-like nature of the segments. Second, the Fresnel lenses are thinner and lighter than regular lenses, which reduces bulk and weight in the VR headset. There is a great need for an effective lens in the VR headset, and without it, the screen would be much too close to our eyes to focus on for long periods of time without causing fatigue. The Fresnel lenses fixes this problem by, effectively, making the screen perform as if it were infinitely far away. This makes the light come into our eyes at a parallel orientation, which makes it easier for our eyes to focus the light on our fovea.
When it comes to VR, companies want to make the lightest, smallest, and most efficient headset, so there are some things that they have to take into consideration. 1. A company such as HTC could use a thinner lens that would make the headset lighter, but this would increase the distance your eyes would be from the headset display, represented by our light source, causing to make a bigger headset. However, if you were to use a thicker lens, this would make the magnification of the lens stronger and make it possible to move the eyes closer to the screen. However, due to the strong magnification, a higher resolution is needed for the screen, or else the picture would be very pixelated. The happy medium found by HTC was using a Fresnel lens, which is a thin lens in comparison to other lenses, but this is just as effective as a thicker ordinary lens in its partnership with the highest resolution screen that they could make adequately.